morning. Okay, thank you. As introduced, I'm Cyrus Tareh, and I'm here to take you through the consortium, just briefly. So we are the African Genetic Biocontrol Consortium, or the consortium, and we are based in Nairobi, Kenya, and we are responsible for organizing this event in collaboration with IASTCO. Now, our operation motto is basically build, inform, expand, and these on opportunities for technical capacity strengthening, knowledge exchange, and deliberations on issues around genetic biocontrol, because these are new area, and as it's been mentioned, there could be issues to do with misinformation and all those which need to be clarified so that the consumers can have the right information for decision making and also for policy development, which basically can move the technology forward and in the right direction. The consortium works with other partners. We have like the MIM Society, African Biosafety Association, which is the APSA, AFONET is also one of them, and all these have different roles which basically complement on each other so that we achieve the bigger goal, basically on clarifying the issues to do with genetic biocontrol and other science issues, which can basically be challenging, especially to the consumers. Our mission is basically to build an informed local leadership on issues to do with science, and specifically on issues of genetic biocontrol technology. And this is to do with gene drives, and also gene editing, genetic modification work, and the likes, which are basically the new technologies which are coming about so that it can be useful when it comes to solving issues to do with the environment, public health issues, conservation, food security, and the like. So the consortium works in a number of ways. First, we have the forums, and with the brochures that we've been given, you must have seen that we have around 5 forums. We have the risk assessment, ethics, the SciComm. Now this event is basically a SciComm workshop. And all these basically welcome membership. So if you are willing to join one of them, then you can basically give us you can write to us, and then we can take you through the process. We also have mailing list and newsletters. The newsletter is a weekly publication which we send out to our contacts. So we have a mailing list where we basically send those news on a weekly basis. So if you are not within the mailing list, you can also provide your email address, and then we can include you, and you can be getting the updates to do with all those that we've mentioned. We also do organize conferences and workshops, and also have webinars. Webinars are basically done on needs basis. We had one last week. We will be having a series of webinars to come, and this is to do with the thematic areas that we mentioned within the forums and the committees. These are the forums that we have. The IBC forum, this is the institutional biosafety committees, and we had an event in Ghana in May. And thank you to those who are there. We also have risk assessment, ethics, FEPA. FEPA is to do with the environment. This is the forum for environmental practitioners in Africa. And then we have SciComm. And they all work together in a complementary way so that we can basically enhance the message on issues of genetic biocontrol. So SciComm is our mouthpiece to which we communicate aspects of science within the consortium, and also those to do with the stakeholders. Now, about SciComm. SciComm was officially launched on February 3rd, 2023, and then it was officially commissioned during the first global congress, which was held in Nairobi, Safari Park. That was in August, between 28th and 31st of the same year, 2023. And during the course, which was communicating science GMO 101 course, both journalists, scientists, communicators expressed the commitment to work towards continuous better understanding of genetic biocontrol. And that's why we've been having now the webinars, we've been having the newsletters, and we've been having now a workshop like this. Next year, we would be having the second Global Congress, and communication will be basically be coming along, and it will be communicated in those channels that I've mentioned. The vision of SciComm is basically to enhance interactions among science communicators, stakeholders, on the deliberations, and these are knowledge exchange and deliberations on issues related to genetic biocontrol technologies. Its mission is to be a multidisciplinary forum which is dedicated to supporting communication and continuous engagement and partnership, because you realize we don't work in a vacuum. We basically have the other stakeholders. We must seek information from them, and we must communicate with them in a way that they can easily relate the stories. So among other things, SciComm works to ensure that GMO research is better understood by journalists so that it can be reported in an accurate manner. It also works to coordinate journalists with scientists for interview on GMO-related fields. There's been that disconnect between communicating the science and also the scientists. And basically the SciComm forum is to bridge that gap, whereby we have the journalists or the communicators getting the stories right from the source. And this is by carrying out interviews on scientists or the experts who basically understand the science. And then they can communicate this in a language which their audience, or the audience, basically the consumers, can easily understand. Within the consortium, we have mentorship program. And this is where we bring the different groups together. Those who need to know about some information, we partner them with those people who've made some advances so that we can ensure that these gaps are bridged, or they can be reduced, and then the communication can be done better. We have other partners like the Gene Convenes, and these are the ones who have basically been facilitating functions like this, the workshop and also the congresses. And the goal of Gene Convene is to advance best practices and informed decision making for development of genetic biocontrol technologies, which basically are to improve public health aspects, and also offer technical information, advice, and training. All this is in a way of coordinating science research on genetic biocontrol. Now, Gene Convene has some resources which you can easily access on their website. So that is their website. That is their social media page. And they also have a virtual institute where you can learn some of the issues or some of the things to do with genetic biocontrol. Today's event, I'm here to introduce now the workshop goals and expectations. And the workshop objective for this event is to increase the number of people who have sufficient knowledge and understanding to be able to communicate issues of genetic biocontrol in East and Southern African region. Secondly, the second objective is to strengthen and align among stakeholders to build future collaborative efforts in risk communication that support decision-making process. Third, to identify action steps and responsibilities that basically move biotechnology and biosafety agenda that support the decision-making process and on genetic biocontrol agents and products. About the workshop, this workshop has been made possible through the partnership of Africa Genetic Biocontrol Consortium and East Africa Science and Technology Commission, EASTCO. And this workshop is basically meant to strengthen capacity in quality and balanced media reporting on genetic biocontrol. Now, the workshop will provide opportunity to the scientists, researchers, and science communicators so that they can interrogate the issues around genetic biocontrol, and also to be able to explore the key areas within science communication, like the key messaging and the others. Now, these are the participating institutions in today's workshop. So as you can see, it's a number of them. I'm not going to go through the list. And then for this event, we have social media reach, and you can go to your Twitter page, and then you can see we have Cycom 2024. We also have videography and photography. This will also be shared within the network. Lastly, we have the Pentagon, the pretest. So you can fill out for us, and then we can basically gauge the knowledge, understanding of the issues to do with genetic biocontrol and communication in science. Okay, thank you.